Hey everybody, it's Todd, and here we are, week 2 of our study of the first 5 chapters of John. And I want to thank you all for last week. Great job, great interaction, lots of good comments. I tried to comment privately to most of you that gave comments, and it was great. Those of you that didn't participate, boy, just jump in at any point. The more of us that participate, the better we are. Don't hesitate to respond to other people's comments or other things I was thinking of. Other resources, direct us to other resources if you got things. Have conversations on there. It's good. We're working on a blog type of a way to deliver this, and that may be better for us, but right now we've got what we've got. And so just want to encourage you. But what I've seen and what I've read has been really encouraging, really great, and I've learned a lot by some of your responses to the discussion questions. So keep it up. Thank you for that. This week we're going to do the second half of John 1, and so we're going to do John 1 19 through 51. A little more to read, but you've got kind of two stories in there where Jesus now is having some interactions with people, and you're going to see he's going to have a big interaction with John the Baptist, one of my favorite characters from the Bible, and he's going to start to have some interactions with those who are going to be his disciples. And here's two things I'd like you to key in on, and the questions will direct you to as you read it. More to read this week, and so really just let those stories sink in. Don't rush to get it all done, and just let it take its place in your life over the week. Enjoy reading these two stories. But two things. What are you learning? What are you seeing? What are you reading about Jesus? Because that's really the focal point of our study. So what are different things you're picking up on about Jesus? New things you've already known and are now being maybe enhanced. And the other thing, which is something we don't think a lot about, but what are you learning about yourself? What are you understanding about yourself as you're reading about Jesus and the way that you perceive the stories, the way that what you read how it makes you feel? I just reread a book by David Benner called The Gift of Being Yourself, and he talks about how important knowing ourself is in this whole thing, in this whole life of knowing God. In other words, we've got to know ourselves to be able to know God, and those things have to unfold in our life. He says this, I'll read it for you real quick. Knowing God and knowing self are therefore interdependent. Neither can proceed very far without the other. Paradoxically, we come to know God best not by looking at God exclusively, but by looking at God and then looking at ourselves. Looking at God and then looking at ourselves. This back and forth, God's self. This is also the way we best come to know ourselves. Both God and self are most fully known in relationship to each other. I like that. He ties it together. Knowing God, knowing self, they're connected. I play a little bit of golf. I'm not very good, but when I'm putting, when I'm lining up a putt, I look at the hole and I look at the ball. And I look at the hole. I don't just look at the hole. No, I look at the hole, I look at the ball. I chart that course between the ball and the hole. I think that's kind of what he's saying, is that we look at God, or we look at Jesus, look at ourselves. We look at Jesus, we look at ourselves, and we chart that course from where I am and who I am to where Jesus is and who Jesus is, and that's how we grow. So I want to encourage you, and that's something that can happen every week as we do this. So I'm going to take a look at the questions that are in the email and spend time with those, answer the discussion question for all of us. If there's other things that come up as you're answering the other questions you want to share with the group, do it. And just have a great time with it. Have fun with it. Have this not be an assignment or a drudgery for you to do, but have it be something you enjoy and it's a pleasure to do. And we'll all benefit from what we offer each other through this. So thanks for coming along on this journey. Let friends and family know they can jump in at any time. Just have them shoot me an email. Had a few more people jump in this week that will be on our email list, and I look forward to interacting with you throughout the week.